He says, you went into entrepreneurship, but honestly, all you did was create yourself a new box. You're supposed to live life outside the box, right? God made us to live outside the box.
There was a time, at least for me, where I wasn't thinking about the ideal. I was thinking about how to survive. Like, I was thinking about how do I pay my bills. I was thinking about how am I gonna get food on the table? My first job out of college paid me $25,000. I really wasn't thinking a lot about ideal.
Energy high, excuses low. Energy high, excuses low. Energy high, excuses low. Energy high, excuses low. I need energy.
Hey guys, welcome to the Speak Get Ready Cash podcast for another incredible coaching episode. This time, I have my friend and mastermind member, Spiceda, with us today. She is the accountant extraordinaire, and she will be talking through one of her biggest opportunities. So Spiceda, before we get started, introduce yourself to the audience.
Hello, everybody. My name is Spiceda Jackson. I am an advisory accountant, and I work with decision makers to help them oversee their finances, take control of their money, and build the system within the system through my individualized accounting services and advisory services to help them never overpay in taxes.
I love that.
Yeah.
Taxes is coming up too,
Taxes
right around
is
the corner.
coming up, and it is like the biggest expense that we pay in life that we never really realized and no one ever taught us about.
Which I don't love. I don't love. So what is your biggest business opportunity?
My biggest business opportunity is speaking. So, like, I just came off of a weekend where I spoke on stage and I prepared my talk and everything. And I realized that this is where I'm supposed to be: writing, speaking, teaching, and helping people combat the system that we're already in. The financial system, the government, the school system. It's all about helping people take control of their finances so they can have the dollars to live the life they want.
I love that. So there are actually a lot. So your biggest opportunity is getting more paid speaking opportunities.
Yes, because I did this one for free, right?
Okay. Did you get clients?
I think I did. I'm fresh off of it. And I think I did. And so I'm like, I had 15 people respond to my call to action.
And what was the call to action?
So my call to action was, have you ever seen on Facebook where they have the math problem and they get people to solve it? And it's like, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So it was like a math problem. And I put it up and I said, whoever solves the problem and give me the correct answer, I will give them a free $1,500 consultation. And I had so many people respond to it. I responded back and I told them that they can get, the people who didn't make the first cut, I'm going to give them a discovery call. And the number one person, I'm going to give them the strategic advisory session.
Okay. And how many people were in the room?
50.
Okay. And you had 15 respond?
Yes.
Okay. So we had, that is like 10% of 50 is 5, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So 5, 10, 15. So about 30% of the room responded. Okay, now I wonder if we could get that higher if it wasn't so complicated.
Oh, I
know.
Wait.
So I do love that it was creative. I just wonder if you had a free legion, right, that everyone could respond to, and then on the back end of the legion, it's like anyone who responds to this correctly gets this free consultation.
Okay.
That way you get more leads.
Okay. I just, at first I was thinking, I'm always nervous about offering myself up, right?
No, you need to give them something where it's like, did you have slides for that presentation?
I did, 60.
An easy one is like, I'll give you my slide deck. Some people don't like doing that, some people do, but it's an easy freebie whenever you're talking. It's like many of you are vigorously taking notes. Everyone who opts in right here, I'll give you the slides. People love getting the slides. Another easy one is like, I'm gonna give you 10 ways, 10 areas to look for, tax savings that you can bring to your next meeting with your accountant.
Yeah, because I was talking about getting inside the zero tax zone. And so one of my biggest things was, because I'm full of stories. And so I was like, listen, guys, I don't have a lot of time to speak with you, but I can only give you one thing. And so at the end, I taught them how to get one thing inside the zero tax zone. And they were like, oh man, that was the best part. And I felt like I could have kind of used that as a cliffhanger to be like, okay,
I'll give you the other 10 in this PDF. Yeah, I love that, especially because it goes perfectly with the message. And it's always great when the freebie goes great with the message because it just gives them what they need and what they want. And they're already primed to hear about that particular topic. So I love that. And I also would say this, it wasn't that you spoke for free. We don't know how much that engagement paid you yet.
Yes.
So we'll know how much it'll pay you. And I always track within 60 days of the engagement. How many people did I convert within 60 days of that talk? That's what that engagement paid me. So so there's 2 ways to get paid to speak. One is the traditional way. They pay you to hop on that stage. That's great. The second way is the untraditional way, but it's when you get paid from the audience. So you can always get paid from the organizer or the audience.
Okay.
If the audience is your ideal client, it's worth it to go and sponsor that talk. I take that budget out of my marketing budget. So if I go and talk at InvestFest, but they're like, hey, all we got is 10K. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll take the 10K. There's 2,000 people there or 10,000 people there. I don't even know how many people, whatever. Lots of people there. You go there, you talk, you offer a freebie, 1 of them bites, or 20 of them bite, or 100 of them bite. Boom, that was great, right?
Yeah.
If 20 people at InvestFest take our $2,000 program, well then now if 20 people take a $2,000 program, we're at $40,000. So that engagement paid me $40,000. And that's how I look at it.
Okay.
Right? 40,000 plus the 10,000 feet, $50,000. So that engagement brought in 50 grand. That's not bad at all. So I'm okay with that. So it's just that you want to make sure, even if you're speaking for free, it's to an audience that can pay you. And then you want to make sure that you are setting up your presentation in such a way where the maximum amount of leads in that room get into your funnel.
Okay.
Okay? So that's kind of how you think of it. Now, the traditional way, for you, because of what you offer, you may want to sell programs to foundations. So foundations that are focused on helping entrepreneurs to grow, sell them a program.
Tell me more.
Like a business readiness program where they pay you $100K to come in and do a 4-week accelerator, or they pay you to speak at their national conferences for entrepreneurs. But the back end money is going to be a program. Like you sell an accelerator or an incubator or one of those types of programs to these foundations whose goal is to service entrepreneurs. It's a part of their mission.
That's very interesting because I have some of those relationships, and I always wonder, how do I jumpstart those conversations?
You just say, hey, I've developed a program for entrepreneurs to help them make more money while being financially savvy. I think this would be incredible as an add-on or as an incubator. I'd love to talk to you about how you can buy that in or how we can partner on that.
Okay. You make it sound so easy.
It is. Like you just, I got a program.
You're like, I got a program.
You got a budget. This is aligned with your mission. So I think it's good because I was just talking to a colleague of mine, and he was saying how foundations are paying him 6 figures to bring in accelerators for entrepreneurs.
Definitely can do that because that's my heart. My heart is to teach. And so, although I am an accountant, I really have found my sweet spot to be like, you know what? I write about this, I talk about this, and I teach about this. And then through what we do at the firm, of course, I help, bring forth services, but really me, Spiceda, that's really what I am and what I do.
Is teach, yeah. So I think, and then you also have the financial literacy talks. So you have all these colleges that need these talks that are already interested in paying people to speak on them. Another area is you can have a tour that is sponsored by a bank. So
that would be perfect.
Yeah.
That would be
so
perfect.
You pitch a bank, you pitch a credit union, and they pay you to speak, but they sponsor your tours. And then every city you go to, you would have to have a table or some way to promote the bank, and maybe people sign up for a relationship with that bank. And I don't know who you bank with, but maybe you go with who you bank with or who one of your credit cards is with. So we're with Capital One, and I know that they sponsor. Well, didn't they sponsor? I know Wells Fargo was at Woman Evolve.
Chase loves to sponsor.
Chase does.
Chase is a really good one. And then maybe Amex and Discover card.
Oh, Amex would be great. Yeah, we got Amex, Discover. So I think
and I push
wallet,
Amex. I'm an Amex pusher, and they're not paying me, and I do push them.
So that's
go
a
in
great
my
audience.
wallet and just
go in your wallet and be like, all right, these are all the banks I have in my wallet. I have a little bank in my wallet, Sunbit. They're like a very little bank, but they're a good bank. I only found them because my glasses carrier recommends, like, I was getting some glasses. They were like, do you want to put this on credit? And I was like, yeah. And then they just go through Sunbit. So now I've had a good relationship with them. But I'm like, that little bank, they probably should get out there more because they're a great bank, easy to work with, easy to, no negative experiences. So I'm like, okay, they could be a good sponsor. So whenever you're looking for sponsors for stuff, I always say, go in your wallet, go in your tech, look at the people you're already paying and send them an email. And one email that we've sent, and this is how we got our first sponsor, was we sent an email that said, question from current client for name. And we sent it to the CEO and the director of marketing of all the companies we work with. And it was like, hey, we're having an event. Our event is on this date. This is our client profile. This is our stats. This is our 10th year doing this event. You would be an incredible sponsor. Here's why. I love your services. I know our people would love your services. Let me know if you'd like to book a call. And they would book a call. When we were looking to get our apartment furnished, I did the same thing. I was like, I want to furnish my apartment. Your furniture looks nice. This is my Instagram, blah, blah, blah. And they would book a call. When we went on our sabbatical, I pitched Ritz-Carlton. They signed. I went to Bali.
I think that's boldness.
They booked a call. Yeah.
It's like, look,
Girl,
I think you're giving me that, listen, it's okay to ask, right?
Yes.
That
it's the only way. Everyone is so self-involved and absorbed because, like, we're so busy with all the stuff we have going on.
All the stuff we
People
have
would
going
probably
on.
love to sponsor you, love to help you, love to put you out there, but
Yeah.
they just forget because it's like, my phone's blowing up, my kid's calling me, I gotta cook dinner tonight. It's just so much in our own lives. Our lives are so full that sometimes we forget, we should look up from our lives and help someone else.
I love that.
But if someone asks, then it's like, oh yeah, girl, I can do that.
I love that. Look up from our lives. Because sometimes I forget to look up from my own little life. And I'm so happy you said that because even just in this moment, being able to make it here to my podcast, I had to look up from my life because I was like, I have to come and meet with Ashley and we're going to do this podcast. But literally, you just gave me something that I didn't even think about because I'm so head down into all the things that I'm doing. Like I'm momming, I'm doing this, I'm getting ready for tax season, I'm figuring out what that's going to look like. I'm launching this whole speaking life, which feels good. Like, so I'm in this space where I'm like, you know what? This feels good. I'm writing, I'm finishing my book. This feels good. But then I'm like, gosh, how do I take that next step? And you just gave it to me.
Yes.
You just gave it to me.
So tell me this, because you have a lot going on. What does your ideal day look like?
Oh, man. So we can start with today. So my ideal Tuesday, because this is a Tuesday, I wake up in the morning, probably about 3 o'clock, between 3 and 6 a.m. And I immediately have my visionary thoughts. So like, because I'm in the middle of my book, I usually do an otter and I audio record my book. And then I take that recording and I edit it. And then from there, I might do a coaching call. Like today, I do an 8 a.m. coaching call. And then I fix breakfast for my children. After I get them ready for breakfast, then I get them ready for their school day because I micro school, homeschool my kids. And so I get them ready for their teacher and their tutor.
Okay, now I'm going to stop you right there. Because I asked you about your ideal day, not today.
Oh, my ideal day. Okay. My ideal day would be I would wake up, I would start writing. And then after I'm done writing, I would spend breakfast time with my kids, get them into their learning life. And then I would be able to do some coaching calls with my clients. And then my day will be done at 3 o'clock.
So the real question is, and I know because Spiceda, since we work together, I know that you've already accomplished a level of success in your business. And I think that you're no longer in survival mode if you ever were. And at this point, you have to start planning for the ideal. So the decisions you make can't just be for, because there was a time, at least for me, where I wasn't thinking about the ideal. I was thinking about how to survive. Like I was thinking about how do I pay my bills. I was thinking about how am I gonna get food on the table? My first job out of college paid me $25,000. I really wasn't thinking a lot about ideal. It was just like, I have to survive, and then I have to go to law school, and then I have to graduate, then I have to get a job, and then I've been making money, and so then I was like, all right, I got this great law job, I'm doing pretty good, but like, this don't feel like ideal.
Yeah.
This feels like if I keep going down this path, I will have a lot of money and not a lot of anything else. And I think that after you're out of survival mode, and even in survival mode, there's nothing wrong with dreaming, you got to start making decisions based on ideal. Like, what is your ideal day? Like, what should you be spending your time on now so that your ideal day of a dream becomes a reality?
I could switch my ideal day.
Okay.
Okay. I want to switch it because my ideal day while I'm in Atlanta would be that. But I mean, it would be nice to have my ideal day on an island somewhere. And because I kind of start making these shifts and moves. So one of my reasons why I decided not to send my kids to traditional school was so that we can have the freedom to travel. Because something in my Shana and I said, okay, girl, you got to get yourself in position because you're going to be moving around. I don't know where I was moving to. And I did. I took that leap of faith. I pulled them out of school. And, I made a situation where their education isn't determined by me getting them to a building, right? So I am in a position where I can educate them from anywhere. I just haven't chosen a place. And I haven't made the space and the time and done those things for my ideal day. My ideal day would be to possibly be in Mexico where I could teach them in the morning and then kind of like plan out like what they need to do to educate them. Because I like teaching myself. And so I teach them and like teach them about the world. That's like this morning.
And travel the world with them. Have they been out the country?
Yes, they've been to Mexico.
Nice.
Selah wants to go to Korea. So her dream is to go to Korea because she likes like some of the cartoons in Korea.
Yeah.
And she thinks she could speak Korean. And which she can do the songs of her. She likes this little thing called Teeny Pings. And she can do the songs.
Okay.
So she wants to go to Korea. And Joey knows a little bit of other languages because I started him young. So I would like them to see the world and to really just be able to do my thing, which is writing, speaking, teaching, and helping my clients. But I could do that from anywhere.
Okay, so why do you not have a trip booked now? Because you haven't looked up from your life.
I haven't looked up for my life.
And even when I asked you about your ideal day, you gave me your 2-day. Not your ideal day, without even thinking about it. That means you have a lot going on in your life.
I do. I can't even, what they say, you can't tell it, let me tell it.
Right.
I can't even tell you. Without even bogging you down with just
The stuff going on in your life.
Just today, I was like, this is my real life. And this is crazy. Like, this is like made for TV. Crazy, which is, I probably could be a reality star, but I would never do it. But I'm like, this is crazy. Like, even like I'm here at your podcast, but even getting here, I've probably already done 10 things and already dealt with some challenges of just getting into my day. And I just feel as though I chuck it up to, I'm on the verge of something. And I feel like I'm so close that all of these things come to distract me and to try to deter me from being where I need to be. And so I just have to, I don't know, set it up better, get some time protection around me, which I've kind of started to do. But now I have to figure out, all right, you got all this stuff you're setting up, but what does your promised land look like? So I've been teaching about the promised land, but I need to really, you're right, I need to look up and say, okay, Spiceda, what does your promised land look like?
Yeah, and what do you want? Because you have a business, the business is running. If you were to step away for 4 weeks, your business could still run, right? So if your business could still run if you stepped away from 4 weeks and you have a lot of different passions that you're interested in, sometimes the only place that we can hear what we're supposed to do next is in stillness. But our life provides many opportunities for there to be chaos, not stillness. And left to its own devices, everything goes towards chaos. So what you have to do is be deliberate about driving your life towards your ideal. Because left alone, it will drive itself towards just fullness, chaos, and a lot of confusion. So it's an intentionality that comes with a level of peace that you desire that we don't give credit to. We think it comes from just doing nothing, but it comes from doing the things that will actually create the environments of peace and stillness and idealness that we want.
Yeah.
So for you, because you already have a business, now you want to do speaking, you already said you want to do writing, but in your ideal day, it sounded like you had a slower pace of life.
Yeah, I love the beach. I love the beach. I love the water. I love nature. I love, like, I could see the foliage. I love that piece of it. I love connecting with my kids and, like, getting to understand their creativity and, like, just talking to them about life. I would like to be able to make sure, because I feel at the end of the day with our children, we only get 18 summers. And so my kids are, my
That
son
is
is
so
9.
deep. Say that again.
With our kids, we only get 18 summers. 18 summers, that's it. And so my children are 7 and 9 years old. My son is 9. So, I'm halfway. Like, I already did my 9th summer, right? I have 9 more to go with him. With my daughter, I have 11 more summers to go with her. And that was also one of my drivers for deciding to spend more time with them, not send them off to school. I wanted to be able to spend more time with them because there's something about 10 years old that happens with our brain, right? And I wanted to be able to pour into my children what I wanted to be in them, and I needed more time with them. And I felt like I had given up a lot.
Well, first off, congrats to you for making that decision for your family, because I think that so often we don't think about how limited our time is with our children in our houses. Like, my daughter's 4. So when you said that, I was like, oh my goodness, I only got 14 more summers.
That's it.
And that's one of the reasons why Spiceda, what was transformative for us was taking Christelle on our sabbatical. Her coming with us to Ghana, to Thailand, to Bali. And now she literally, she came over yesterday. She was like, my teacher knows I have sabbatical coming up. And I'm like,
I love it. I love it. Christelle, let
she's
them
like, I told her
know
we'll be
I
going to
live
various
free.
countries and relaxing because we all need a sabbatical. I was like, at 4, oh my God.
She's gonna be like, look, this is the life you're supposed, this is not how. And so that's a part of, really, I'm really there. That's a part of, like, what I talk about in my book. God didn't make us to make dollars, right? He made us with, all of us have a gift in us. And it's our job to release that gift. And so just this morning, I was speaking with my children, and I said to them, I said, guys, listen, I'm your mom. And I was kind of trying to get them to understand how important it is to listen to your mother. But then I was, like, teaching them, I said, I'm your mom, and God has placed a gift in you. And my job as your mother is to pour in to you everything that I have. And even with me pouring into you everything that I have, you're only going to be half full, because there's more of you that God has, and He's going to fill that up. And then you're going to have kids, and you're going to pour everything you have into them, and they're only going to be half full. So that means that it's my job to make you everything that God has gifted you on earth to be. I just delivered you here. You're really the gift. And they're like, okay, mommy. I was like, so that's why you got to listen to mommy and let me give you everything I have.
Have you ever wondered what you would put in an offer to corporate? Well, for one day, I'm going to get with you and we are going to craft out your corporate offer, okay? We're doing the Your Corporate Offer Summit. And this is a summit where if you are someone who wants to sell to corporations, but you're wondering what to sell, then you need to make sure you're in the building, because we are going to craft your $25,000 corporate offer together for free virtually. So no matter where you are in the world, you will be able to attend. Get your free ticket via the link in the description, and I want to see you there. Spicy, the one thing I know about you, and some of y'all are like, how do y'all know each other so well? Because y'all just talking. First off, so I see this in the mastermind. That's how we really connected. But we've also been to Woman Evolve together. We've been to the Maverick City concert together. Speaking way to cash, some companies, they buy baseball suites.
Yes.
We buy Woman Evolve suites, Maverick City suites. Toby, we coming for your concert. We getting a suite there. Like, that's what we do. And then we get to invite our clients out and just really connect.
Yes.
But one thing I know about you, Spiceda, is that what you love, you talk about. And through this conversation, no matter where it goes, it comes back to you spending time with your children.
Yes, I was 39 and 40 when I had them. It took me a while. And so, like, I tell the story, and I actually told it from the stage this time for the first time. I actually thought God forgot about me. So I got married at 37. And I started my business. I did the Big Four thing, and I was this career girl. I was very successful. And I decided that I didn't want to spend all my time working on deals, because I was an M&A girl, and I had bought this new house, And I couldn't do anything. I didn't know if the house was broken, if it had a leak in it. You know how like you have that time period, that 1-year warranty, you can find out what's going on in your house and they'll fix it for free. Well, I was never in my house, so I didn't know what was wrong with it. And so I just decided that one day after I got laid off once, and then my heart kept going, start your own business. I was like, no, God, that's not for me. But then I kind of felt free. I started this company. I was single. I met Joey. I did his taxes. He was my client. And I got married at 37 years old. I thought God forgot. So I was like, God, I'm going to just pour myself into this company because, I got to pay my bills. And I did. And he sent the man to me and I married him, and we have these 2 kids at 39 and 40. So I really feel like I lived a very good young life. I traveled a lot, before I met Joey. I started the company. I did all the things, and and I know how to make money. I just have to learn how to relax and make life.
That is why this episode is going the way it's going. Every coaching episode I do goes different depending on who's in the chair and what they need. And I always pray okay, God, just help me to be a vessel and be conscious and in tune and present enough to give people what they need. What you need though is to go on a vacation with your family internationally. Go to Korea, go to Bali, go to wherever you want to go.
I think I want to come to Ghana. I can't wait that.
You should go to Ghana. You're coming to Ghana with us?
I've been telling Joey I want to go.
Joey should, oh my goodness, yes, and the kids should go. They would love it. Ghana loves kids. Christelle loves that country. I've never been anywhere where everyone's like, let me help with the baby. No, everyone was like, they love kids in Ghana. I was like, whoa, everybody loved Christelle. She got to go everywhere. It was no place was off limit for kids. So yeah, Christelle's coming back. She can't wait. She loved Ghana.
Well, I probably need to go before Ghana, but we need to make Ghana a part of our sabbatical.
Make Ghana a part of your sabbatical.
But we need a sabbatical in the middle.
Yeah.
We really do. I had promised Selah that last month I promised her that I would take her to Mexico. Mm-hmm. And I missed it, right? Because I had overbooked. And I still do financial statements. So I have a client who needs a financial statement for a bank, and I had to get that stuff done. And I said, okay, Selah, the month isn't over. Mommy missed vacation week, but by the 31st, I'm going to try to figure it out, and I'm going to do the things I need to do to take you on vacation. And she says, it's okay, Mommy. I know you have to work, but her birthday's coming up. I have to figure out things. I have
I have a resort in Mexico that we love, and it's good because it has kid centers and teen centers, and it has parent activities.
Yeah,
it's really good. So they have adults only and kids only, and everyone can stay at the same place, and it's really, really nice. And they have private sitters, and and the food is excellent. So I'll give you the place we go.
I really need a vacation.
Because you do, because it'll give you what you really are seeking right now is okay, I have all of these different things I can do. I can do a lot of different things well. I need to know the order in which I should do them while prioritizing what I really want, which is more time with my family. When I was basically a full-time on-the-road speaker every week getting on a plane, that was great, but that would not have accommodated me being home for Christelle. And that's when we really learned about licensing and virtual speaking engagement. And I think that for you, it could be a combination where you're like, I'll pitch for all of the conferences that relate to entrepreneurs and business in Atlanta, so I don't have to travel as much. Mm-hmm. And then I'll pitch to a portion of conferences that are outside of Atlanta, but they're going to be in places where my family wants to go. So I've had some speakers that do that, where it's we'll go to Florida because we can go to Disney World, and we'll speak there because we could do this, or we'll go to Vegas because it's good for family. But I think you have to be conscious of what is it about you being on stage that you like? That way you can get that. Because I liked being on stage, and I thought oh, that's why I'm a trial lawyer. But it's I don't really need to be a trial lawyer. What I need to do is host my own events. I like those more than any events. So you have that option as well. So if you partner with the banks, you bring all the entrepreneurs to you, they pay you to speak, but then you're selling to the people who are in the room. That could be the best of both worlds, and you're still getting paid from a corporation to do your speeches.
I love that. I just didn't know a path, right? And you hit the nail right on the head. I'm trying to figure it out, right? Because I have this full service accounting firm that was me saying, okay, well, Spiceda, you really just created yourself a job. Like my grandfather told me. He says, you went into entrepreneurship, but honestly, all you did was create yourself a new box, right? And so And you're supposed to live life outside the box, right? God made us to live outside the box, right? And to enjoy what he's given us, which is our time. He's given us our time. And then like we produce these children and these families. And oh man, that's so great. That's great.
Yeah, and
'Cause
you're so
I
much
take
more
my
than like
kids.
an accountant. Like your personality is what draws. And I think for you, you're doing, I know you talked about webinars and things like that, which are great, but I'm telling you, you're really good in person. So I
I
do
like the
think,
import person.
yeah,
I
you do.
really
So
love it.
in-person events, micro events, I don't know if you're coming to Millions from the stage, but you can really create events where you are selling one to many and you get that personal interaction. People get to know about your personality. You still get that speaking fee. You get that from the banks. You have a bank that sponsors you, which I think will be a great connection because you're an accountant.
Yeah.
And I think that you'd really enjoy it. And it wouldn't have to be an elaborate sponsorship because they could pay $10K per city.
I love it. And I also have an office. So I have
Oh,
a
yeah, so
brick
you can
and
do it there,
mortar
yeah.
where I could do like, I had this idea of possibly bringing, because I was like, you need more practice, Spiceda. This is what I told myself. So I've like did this deck and I was like, it would be nice to do the deck for like 7 to 10 people. So I have them come into the office. But, that's one way I could just kind of.
And you could get more than that. Because I'll tell you right now, I'm going to tell you the numbers right now, girl. We spent, let me see, I'm going to look up the numbers. Make sure these numbers are right.
Because my basement
We
is big.
spent $900 on ads, and we have gotten, let's see how many people,
900.
196 people registered for our event in Atlanta on Friday.
What?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you're making me want to raise my hand.
Yeah.
I got more questions.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
You're
The
making me
cost
wait
per
a
lead
minute.
is less than $5.
Okay, well, let me sit back. Now, Ashley, I'm
Because
going
you're
to
running
sit
a
back
local
and
ad,
relax for a
a
second.
local ad. So you think about it now, it's a free event. It's happening on Friday.
I
But
don't care.
maybe all 200 don't show up. Maybe 40 show up. Maybe 50 show up. Doesn't matter. So far, it's been about 30% show up. So if 30% show up, that's 60 people that's going to show up.
So do you make a space that fit 200 people, or do you make a space that fit 60 people?
I make a space that sits 60. And I tell them, if you don't come early, you may not get a seat. We got 200 registered. We got 60 seats. If you want a seat, you buy VIP. It's $97.
Okay, so here's what my brain just told me. Do you want to hear what the devil just told me?
What?
The devil just said. He just said, but you don't have the same following that Ashley has.
This ain't
And
following. This is an ad.
But okay, all right, fine. Let's relax. I'm trying to relax.
It's an ad.
Okay, I hear
And
you.
it's a bogus ad. It's an ad I made on Canva. I can show you that. I didn't even make. It's not even a
Okay,
good
so you
ad.
ran an ad to come to your
Yes.
in-person event.
Yes.
And at this event, what is the offer? The Millions from the Stage?
Mm-hmm.
You're so great at this, though.
Yes, but it's an ad. It's not even.
Oh my
a
God, I'm
following.
getting nervous.
I posted on LinkedIn. Look, that's the ad. I made that in Canva. That's it. There you do. You do it. Same one. Atlanta business owners. I'm hosting a free in-person event to show you how to save money on your taxes. It's an intimate experience. Make sure you're there. That's the whole ad. I wish I could see
Okay,
this.
you put that.
Can they see this? Look, show them that ad. Y'all, this is on Canva. It's my
So you
$3
say-
cost per lead.
So you say we're gonna do an intimate experience.
Yes.
And then invite them to my office,
Yes.
which will host. I mean, it depends on if we're upstairs or downstairs. But okay, and then I offer them.
Your services. Your accounting services. We have 3 ways you can work with me. Level 1, level 2, level 3. If you do level 2 today, I'll give it to you for this.
Should it be
That's
2
the-
days? A 2-day?
No,
Should it be a
this
2-day
is a
experience?
webinar. This is basically an in-person webinar.
Oh.
It's an in-person webinar. Don't even think of it as like, is this? No, it's an in-person webinar. We rented a very small room. You can use the space you have. The room cost me, I shouldn't have paid as much as I paid for the room, but whatever. They got me a little bit. But the whole event will be less than $3,500 with ad spend.
That is doable.
That's doable. People be doing these big events. Okay, I love the big events. I do one a year. But like our other events are micro events that build community.
Are you running the ads on Facebook, or are you running them on Eventbrite?
Facebook. Eventbrite is just where I host the registration page because I didn't have time to build a landing page. Don't make it hard. You're good in person, so be in person. Play to your strengths. I'm good in person. I'm good one-to-many in
You've
person.
been saying that to me. And I honestly, I think about what you're saying. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Ashley's saying do the in-persons. Ashley's saying do the in-persons. And I'm like, how do I do the in-persons? And so, like, I don't have a space, right? Then I'm like, okay, I'm going to bring them into the office. And then I go, now what? Then you're like, run the ad, Spiceda.
Run the ads, get them in the office.
the
When they're in the
Canva
office,
together.
do an in-person webinar. You're in the mastermind. We give you a sample slide deck. It's in the Millions from the Stage thing that we've done before. So you have the slide deck. Just do that slide deck. I plan it for it to be 2.5 hours. So I teach for like an hour, pitch for like an hour, then it's over. Then I do Q&A.
Is it kind of similar up to like when I came to the library event?
Yes, it's that. Yes, that's an in-person webinar. Easy. The energy is just more fun for me because it's like in person. I love in person.
What about the den? You remember you did the den?
The Dreamers Den?
The Dreamers
That was
Den.
more like mindset.
Okay, so that's different. So it's more like
The library.
library.
Yep. And
Jesus.
come, you're local. It's called Coach Your Way to Cash. That's the name of it. The event.
Oh,
It's in Atlanta.
so do it for free. What if they don't show up?
Who cares? You didn't have to pay anything. You do it at
I'm
your,
already paying
you
at my
do it-
space. You're
yeah,
right.
you do it at your space. You're out of maybe you're out of $1,000 for ads. But you learn. And get them to show up. I'll give you show up strategies. Like we ask for their Instagram when they register, and then we have people that like their posts, and then we get them to show up. We text them.
I need this recording.
The world gets this recorded.
The world gets
It's
this
too
recording.
good for y'all. Too good. I should charge.
Don't be
she's
stealing
already
my
a client.
strategies.
I should charge y'all for seeing this. Should charge you for
Giving
this.
them my strategies that I'm paid for.
Not giving them my strategies. Oh my God. But yeah, so like you need to do in person.
Okay. I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna
Jesus.
do it. And
I-
you're in the program. So just ask me any questions you have in the mastermind group. I'll answer them. Like tag me, whatever. You need to do this.
I need to do live events.
And you need to do your vacation. So vacation. In-person event. What you
in-person
could do is
event.
do an in-person event, pay for that vacation. Boom.
So, okay, this is where we are today. How many weeks do you think I should plan out?
A month.
A month.
You're gonna do it at your space?
Yeah.
Yeah, do it in a month.
So if I put my ad up today, I'll just go 30 days from today or tomorrow.
No,
or
I think
Friday.
you need to get the space, the Eventbrite, and then you go to the call with Darian or book a call with Darian, we have an ads expert in our
He
mastermind.
was today.
He's excellent. Okay, so you can work with him, or he gives mastermind one-on-one calls for like little
Okay,
or nothing.
I'll do that.
So you have that, and then you set that all up, and then you should run it 1 to 2 weeks out. No more than 10 days out.
Okay.
Sometimes we run it just 7 days out. Like this one, we just did 7 days out. But you get all your graphics together because you're gonna do your warm content, and then you start those ads 7 days out. Boom.
It's so funny. I have this concept that I've been thinking about, and I have like the video and everything. So I have the boot camp called Pocket More Profit. And so maybe it's been on my heart to run those ads because I already have all of that already ready. Just make it an in-person. And I do this thing when I tell people to get their business saved. I was like, it's such a cute little commercial.
Okay, so we'll talk about that in the mastermind. Now,
Okay, I got my
vacation,
strategies.
in-person event,
Vacation,
get
in-person
more
event.
clients in your firm, plan vacation with your family, and think about your ideal day and your ideal life and how it's supposed to feel and how it's supposed to look. Okay, what are you gonna do differently as a result?
So as a result of this, I am going to start planning this event, the in-person event, because I have space. And so there's no reason why I'm not using that space. That's what I'm going to do. And then after I do that, I'm going to use that money, how you just said, to book the vacation. And I'm going to let my hair down. I'm going to put these offers out, and I'm going to live the life that God promised me.
Yes. Okay, let them know how they can find you.
Hi, guys. My name is Spiceda Jackson. That's Spiceda, Spice with a D and an A, SPICEDA.com. And you'll be able to work with me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a whole
How do they work
website
with you?
now. Oh, you can work with me. The name of my company is called X Financial. That's EX Financial CPA. And you can find us at xfinancialcpa.com. And if you want to book me for a workshop or to come and speak, and that's at spiceda.com. And you can follow me on all social media. I'm the only Spiceda in the world. And that's Spiceda Jackson, hashtag Spiceda Jackson.
I love that. Okay, you guys, this was a great episode. I feel like y'all just got a peek into our coaching life. And hopefully you enjoyed it. If you're like, hey, I love this. How can I get more? How can I join the Speak Your Way to Cash community? Think about the Pitch Your Way to Cash membership. You can go to pitchyourwaytocash.com. That's pitch with a P, yourwaytocash.com, and reach out to us. Come to our next event. Leave a comment on this video. Share it with 3 people. Do all the things. But all the links will be in the show notes. So read the show notes. It's some juicy stuff in the show notes, y'all. And subscribe and share this with a friend. We do this for free to give you all great information to see insight into how you too can grow your business. So all I ask you to do is to share it. Share it with 3 people. Comment 3 below so I can personally thank you. And I will see you guys next time.
Yeah. Energy high, excuses low. Energy high, excuses low. Energy high, excuses low. Energy high, excuses low. I need energy, need only good people that's around me. All the faith you can give, that's the recipe.